Now I'ma tell y'all right now, this ain't the same old Green Bay Packers no more. No, sir, we ain't talking about Vince Lombardi's Packers. We talking about a new sheriff in town, Ed Policy. And let me tell you, he just pulled up with a clipboard, a stopwatch, and he ain't got time for excuses. Let me take y'all up north, real quick. We in Green Bay, Wisconsin, aka Titletown, USA, home of frozen tundra, brats the size of baseball bats, and a football legacy richer than Grandma's peach cobbler. But in 2025, things feel different. Mark Murphy, the longtime president and CEO, the same man who helped shepherd the franchise through Brett Favre's exit, Aaron Rodgers' tenure, and the transition to Jordan Love, he packing it up. He's stepping down July 13. And who's taking that seat? Ed Policy. Now you're probably asking, why that matter? Presidents don't call plays. But here's the deal. In Green Bay, the president does matter. Because unlike other teams with a singular owner, the Packers are publicly owned. No billionaire boss. That means the team president carries extra weight. It's like being the principal, the superintendent, and the head of the PTA all at once. And Ed Policy, he came in with a briefcase full of expectations. Ed Policy ain't wasting no time. According to ESPN's Rob Demovsky, Policy plans to mandate more frequent and longer formal meetings with GM Brian Gutekunst and head coach Matt LaFleur. Now, some folks might hear that and say, so what? Meetings ain't football. Let me tell you something. In this business, the meeting room is where the future gets decided. You can call it accountability or oversight, but what it really means is Policy is watching every decision, every scheme, every injury report now goes under a microscope. Think of it like this. Gutekunst and LaFleur used to cook in the kitchen by themselves. Now, Ed Policy just installed a camera, put in a time clock, and told I want a taste test before you'll serve this dish. That changes the whole dynamic. Let's start with Gutekunst. Gute's been GM since 2018. That man built this roster through the good and the bad. The Jordan Love gamble, the Davante Adams departure, the rebuilding of the fence, and the tough contract decisions. But now, that autonomy he had under Murphy, that leash just got shorter. Policy wants formal meetings. No more hiding in the war room. I want to know your every move. Let's be real. This is prove-it season for Gutekunst. If Jordan Love don't continue to rise, if these draft picks don't pan out, Gute's got to answer in person, weekly. That's pressure. That's transparency. That's accountability. Now on to LaFleur, a guy who, to be fair, has never had a losing season with Jordan Love as starter. He took the Packers to 3 straight 13-win seasons with Rodgers. But lately, he's been in the middle. Let me paint it clear. LaFleur ain't on the hot seat. But Ed Policy just turned up the thermostat. You had comfort. Now you got check-ins. Those meetings, they'll be more than just talk. Every red zone struggle, every missed fourth down, every post-game decision gets dissected face to face. And if the Packers stumble out the gate in 2025, that tone in the meeting room gonna shift quick from polite to pressure. Let's not sugarcoat it. 2025 is make or break for this regime. LaFleur and Gutekunst have 2 years left on their contract. But in the NFL, that final year, it's like walking on thin ice in Timberlands. If they finish 9-8 again, if Jordan Love stagnates, if the defense can't get off the field on third down, then those formal meetings become exit interviews in disguise. But if Love blossoms into a star, if this young receiving corps stays hot, if the defense under Jeff Hafley clicks, then Ed Policy might just become the biggest fan in the front row. Now I can talk about LaFleur and Gutekunst without talking about Jordan Love, the centerpiece of this whole plan, because everything, and I mean everything, hinges on this young man. Policy's watching him just as much as he's watching the GM and coach. Why? Because if Love fails, the whole chain of command gets shaken. You drafted him. You developed him. You believed in him. Now show me. Policy, probably. This is year 3 as the starter. No more excuses. The weapons are there. Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed. The O-line has been reinforced. The system is in place. Now, it's about win. Players ain't immune either. They see what's going on upstairs. When there's a new president and tighter oversight, players start to feel the trickle-down. Every missed assignment? Every loaf on film? You better believe coaches are circling it in red now. This kind of environment either sharpens you or breaks you. Leaders like Kenny Clark, Rashan Gary, and Jair Alexander, they gonna have to be the glue. Keep that locker room focused, cause the front office just turned from quiet supporters into active observers. Now you might ask, Unce, what's Ed Policy really want? Simple. He wants a culture of accountability, not just tradition. Policy's a legal mind. Sharp, calculated, disciplined. He ain't here to ride the wave of the Packers brand. He's here to modernize it. Meetings are just the start. Over time, we might see revamped analytics operations, stronger sports science infrastructure, personnel power, shifts even long-term stadium or market strategy, moves this ain't a ceremonial role. This man's stepping in with intent. Let's zoom out. You've seen this play out before. John Lynch with Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco, synergy, Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy, overreach, George Patton and Sean Payton in Denver, under construction. Ed Policy wants synergy. Ed Policy wants synergy. But if he don't get it, he'll clean house and start over. Trust me. Look here. I've been around this league a long time. I've seen Super Bowl rosters torn down overnight. I've seen underdogs rise when the front office tightened the screws. What Ed Policy just did. He turned the lights on in the executive suite. Matt LaFleur, Brian Gutekunst, Jordan Love. It's go time. No more silence. No more assumptions. Everything documented. Everything evaluated. You want this job? Show me in that meeting room. Show me on that field. Show me on the scoreboard. That's the new energy in Titletown. So buckle up, Packers fans. This ain't just another season. This is the first chapter of a new regime. And whether it ends in confetti or chaos, Ed Policy gonna be right there in the war room, watching it all unfold.